bum 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 bum. What's that? Boom boom. All right, it appears to be 9:35. I don't know what happened in the last two rounds of the draft because I stopped paying attention. So I'm just going to talk about what happened in the first few rounds of the draft because that's when I was paying attention. So if you're just now joining me, recently I took part in an SNL draft with one Kevin Turner. And I clearly think I won that draft based on who I picked. So I do have a partial list of who I picked here, but not a full list because I just kind of gave up at a certain point. So once I give up, that's going to be tough. And yes, Steve Aretaville does continue indeed. So we're just going to hide those rows. And we'll go ahead and share this screen here. Let's go ahead and share over here. Share screen. Give me the window. Give me that shit. All right, so yeah, it's tough to see. There we go. We'll do it this way. Sorry, I'm bad at talking. So yeah, I feel like I clearly won this draft because I got Adam Driver here, got Paul McCartney. I don't really care about Sabrina Carpenter or Jenna Ortega, but I know they're kind of popular right now. Russell Crowe was a bad pick. That's on me. I just looked up movies and then grabbed random people. So that was on me. Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. The microphone's going out. So that was on me. Russell Crowe, terrible pick. Bad pick on my part there. So that's an X for me. Round 5 is an X. But Chris Hemsworth, I don't know. I just feel like they'll just ask him to be on whenever, even though he's not any good. He's just one of those Hollywood white guys that they just ask to be on. Oasis, another part of my draft here. I feel like maybe not a great draft pick, but it might hit. You never know what Lorne might do. He might go ahead and book people here. So you can see once I got to round 10, I kind of just gave up. After I got to Harrison Ford, Pierce Brosnan, I just stopped typing other people's stuff because I didn't care anymore. At that point, I said, you know what? I think I'm going to get Emilio, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, or whoever I wanted. I think I got Farrah Abraham. That's who I wanted there. It's probably who I wanted in round 5, honestly. Backdoor Teen Mom is a very particular type of talent that I think plays well on SNL. She's willing to do anything, all positions considered, all acting roles considered, so you can kind of put her in any kind of sketch and she'll make it work. So I think Farrah Abraham would actually be a good addition to SNL despite her complete and utter lack of acting ability from what I've seen. Guess I haven't seen her try. But I am upset that I didn't get Emilio Estevez. I agree, Fabrizio. It's a good call. Oasis definitely wants some publicity, and so does SNL. So if SNL could offer up an Oasis sweet spot that said, like, hey, get America primed for a tour at some point, even if it's later in the year, even if it's later this fall, whatever it may be, I could see Oasis working. So I'm happy I got the Oasis pick. Harrison Ford, I don't know, it's kind of just fucking around with that one. But Pierce Brosnan, that's one where if Mamma Mia is legitimately a thing, she was in the Downbeat, very prestigious show. I agree. Um, if Mamma Mia is a thing and Pierce Brosnan is in it, which I think he's been in the previous ones, then I could see that occurring. And yeah, exactly. Farrah Abraham was on the Downbeat. She's prestigious. And yeah, musical guest with Backdoor Teen Mom would be The Edge from U2. I guess he might be going on a solo tour or something like that. They did do that musical. It was like a Spider-Man musical, I think, that U2 did. I can't recall. Either way, evaluating the draft, I'd say TC had a strong draft other than the Aaron Taylor Johnson pick in round 5, round 4, whatever it may have been there. I apologize. Sorry, my numbers are all off here on my draft screen. Let me just hide this column. I like the Michael Keaton pick in round 1 from Christina. That's a pretty solid damn pick. Steve Martin I had on the board, but I don't know. I feel like he might be more of a guest randomly than a full-on host, so that's tough. Kent Garrison's a solid drafter, so it's tricky. I could see Hosier getting just popped in at any point in time. Jason Momoa, I could definitely see hosting. Me, clearly I won. That's obviously what everyone's saying. All the fans are saying it. All the pundits, all the news sites, all the major news organizations are saying clearly Strip Mall Steve won the draft. Jesse Kubinet failed miserably. No offense to Will Poulter and Hannah Einbender, but they have no shot. Even if they do get on there, they have no shot. Even if they get a point, I don't think any of them count. I agree. The Manny Pacquiao. Also, how do you guys know how to spell Pacquiao? I don't think I could figure that out. So it's P-A-Q-U-I-A-O. So it's 4 vowels in a row after the Q. So P-A-Q-U-I-A-O. I'd have to probably look at it for a little while. I could get it, but 4 vowels in a row does trip me up. Like, I can pick up beautiful, B-E-A-U, obviously. Like conscious or something like that with an I-O-U-S. The 3 vowels are fine. Pacquiao. Interesting with the 4 vowels. Okay. Let's see here. Steve by a landslide. I agree completely. Mic's going out again. I got to get a new mic cord. My mic cord's being shitty. Steve by a landslide, I think I completely agree with you. I feel like I won this. I feel like Adam Driver's a shoe-in. They got Megalopolis coming out. Francis Ford Coppola is going to do everything he can to get publicity for that thing, so hopefully Adam Driver gets his way in there. So some of the old peeps left with beefs with Lauren, so maybe they may be ostracized. I agree. Oh, yeah. I agree, Rodeo MT. I hate it when my mic cord goes out live. I don't know if I can spill anything on it. I think I'm out of beverage. I think I drank all my beverage during the draft, which is no good, unfortunately. What time is it? 9:42? All right. I guess it's 9:42, which means I'm out of beverage. I've clearly won the draft. This is the post-game coverage. Jesse Kubinet, a great draft. Had a great trade drafting for him here. Who's Timmy C? Why did I write Timmy C? Oh, yeah, Timothy Chalamet. So sometimes my own notes escape me. So then, he got Mulaney. That's a good one. Like I said, really borked it, though, with the Will Poulter, Hannah Einbender. And maybe they'll hit. I don't know. Maybe they'll hit. KT, solid draft. Other than Coldplay. I mean, I could see Lauren leaning on Coldplay in a light week or a week where they're like, we don't have a guest. Just get Coldplay because people know the name Coldplay. I could see Lauren doing that. But wanting Coldplay? Nobody wants Coldplay in 2024, and I'm a fan of Coldplay. I love Parachutes to pieces. But nobody wants Coldplay in 2024. Nikki Glaser, I think, is strong. Bruno Mars, I don't know. Donald Glover, always a solid pick. Jelly Roll, a good pick. Nico had a pretty strong draft. Taylor, Ariana, Tom Hanks, all on my list. I did not have Farrell on my list. I did have Harry Styles and Joaquin. I did not have Jason Kelsey on my list, but that's a solid enough pick. Pazvar over there with Adam Sandler. I think Adam Sandler will definitely be there for the 50th. I don't know that he'll get a full-on hosting gig. Same thing with Chris Rock. Hugh and JoJo Siwa, Snoop, I could definitely see with hosting gigs. So solid picks there overall. I think what this really reinforces, though, is how much I won. That clearly there's only going to be one winner of the SNL draft. There's a lot of money on the line. I think maybe thousands, potentially even millions of dollars on the line. And when you've got that kind of money going around, you really have to focus on your draft. And that's why I took Farrah Abraham and somebody else in the final round. I can't even remember, actually. I know I took Farrah Abraham. I don't think I took Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I don't think I took Emilio. Yeah, you guys would have to tell me. I've got a really bad memory. I take some weird pills that kind of wipe my memory out. So I don't remember who I took in the final super picks, but I know for sure I got Farrah Abraham. Oh, God. I hate when happens live. Oh no, there it goes. See, so if I dangle my mic cord just right, it'll get just right. Oh, you just got to touch it just right. That's how you know the struggle is real. Just like your phone charger. You know, when you have to like pull it that tiny way and you don't know, like, is the charger messed up? Or do I just need to shove a toothpick into my phone charger or my phone port? That way I could get the dust and crud out of there. Because sometimes a lot of crud gets stuck in your phone. And I know that's gross. But my phone goes in my pocket. And sometimes there's crud in my pocket, I guess. Or dust or something. I don't know how else the dust would get in there. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. I agree about an era show with Polar, Seth Meyer, Adam Sandler, all that stuff. That's right. You got to dangle it. Exactly. You got to dangle this thing just right. You gotta touch it just right. You got to curl it. Got to cup it just right. The cupping is something that the people forget. They forget to cup, and when you don't cup, you're not getting the full stimulation potential out of the sensitivity zone of the cupping region. So you got to cup more. Yes, an angle of the dangle, just like Lieutenant Jim Dangle. So, in hindsight, in conclusion, I think we can say TC had a great draft. Christina had a great draft. KT clearly lost, mainly due to the Coldplay pick. And I clearly won. I think all we can really come out of this with is that a lot of people had really good drafts, but clearly I won. All right, it's now 9:46. The angle of my dangle is potentially off. TC wasn't even there half the time. Nick Johnson. It's kind of what makes it better. I kind of like that half the time you cut to TC, there was nothing there. I was hoping he would throw a prop in there occasionally for the bit, but he didn't know what KT was doing from an editing standpoint. So I liked that that TC wasn't there randomly half the time. It made for a fun bit because KT could throw it to him, so that was good. Beyond that, Christine is probably going to win. I bet Scarlett Johansson gets in there. I bet Michael Keaton gets in there just because people like him. I don't know about RDJ or Sudeikis. Katy Perry potentially, but kind of an old at this point. It's also what's tricky. So yeah, as I evaluate everyone, it's really tough to see anything other than just, I won. DC had to do an Uber ride really quick. That's right. K-Ray did have good picks. I agree. Catherine Hahn, I don't think is a starring role, but maybe. I would love it if Catherine Hahn could get the lead and host SNL. I would absolutely love that because she's extremely funny. I don't know that they'll give it to her this year, but she is incredibly funny. I really fucked up with the Russell Crowe pick. I don't think Russell Crowe is doing anything other than maybe eating. I think he's very into eating food, and I don't mean that as a slight to Russell Crowe in like a weight way. I mean that in a way that like I think he's legitimately just enjoying life. Like everything I see from Russell Crowe doesn't look like he's in a rush to become a gladiator again. But anyway, I thought ChatGPT needs to try harder. Yeah, ChatGPT does need to try harder. So I agree. Where's my ChatGPT? Let me share that screen. Stop the screen. Stop the screen, damn it. Stop screen. All right, present. Share my screen. Share the entire screen of screen 2. Yeah. See, I use ChatGPT too. I love it. And I'll prompt it this way. So I went through every single week here. Said, hey, you are the talent coordinator and talent booker for the TV show Saturday Night Live, which airs on NBC. So this is how I set up my prompts, basically. What is the prompt supposed to do? What is the objective of the prompt? And what are you directing it to do? So you need to book the talent for the 2024-2025 season. You will need one host and one music guest per week from September 28th, 2024 through May 30th, 2025. Please review upcoming movie releases, planned album releases, and any other noteworthy items coming up during the period of September 28th, 2024 through May 30th, 2025. Based on the upcoming release schedules and items you reviewed, please create a calendar list detailing who you would book as the host and musical guest for each week. Provide this as a weekly breakdown with each host and musical guest listed below each week. also provide the info as a raw list with all the names. So I prompt a lot. I hang out in prompts all the time. So yeah, this is how I took Chris Hemsworth here. If Olivia Rodrigo does have a new album, nobody took her. Lady Gaga, that went very early. Joaquin Phoenix went. Chalamet went. Hardy went. Nobody put up Travis Scott. I think Doja Cat went. Russell looks pretty bad. I know he does. Russell loves to eat, and I love that for him. Trust the AI. I know I use AI a little too much now. So Paul Mescal promoting Gladiator 2. That's the thing. I told it to look at what it was supposed to promote. Arctic Monkeys there. Nobody guessed Arctic Monkeys. Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift went. Cynthia Erivo went for Wicked. I don't know that Dua Lipa went, but I think so, actually. I know Doja Cat went. I don't know about Dua Lipa. He's huge now. He ain't doing it. Poor Russell. The Rock went. Nobody took Rihanna. Pedro definitely went. Nobody took The Weeknd. There's Aaron Taylor Johnson. There's Billie Eilish who went. I considered Florence. I didn't take Florence. Tom Cruise, no way. SNL seems beneath Tom Cruise at this point. Kendrick was tough. I did see some people in the comments of the actual draft video asking for Kendrick. It was tough not to take Kendrick. Jason Momoa went. Drake did not go. Allison Williams promoting what I believe is pronounced Megan, but I'm going to always call it M3gan 2.0. Allison Williams was not drafted. Miley Cyrus not drafted. Mortimer not drafted. SZA not drafted. Robert Pattinson, not RZA. Hozier was drafted, though. Has a new album out in January, was drafted. Harrison Ford, you saw me take this one. I was like, you know what, Lauren's an old timer. Maybe he'll grab Harrison Ford off the scrap heap because he's got to do some Marvel movie. Rihanna, nobody took. Zegler, I think TC took. Pascal, like I said, already grabbed. Gal Gadot, nobody took. Promoting Snow White, potentially. Nobody took her. Bad Bunny, Vin Diesel, nobody took. Post Malone was grabbed. So, yeah, the AI does a decent job there for that stuff. So, I, too, trusted the AI on a lot of this. And then went with my heart on people like Pierce Brosnan and Oasis, or followed Tito's advice from his comments. All right. Well, the audience is dwindling, so I'm going to bail out of here. Raiders of the Lost Fart, or the Last Fart is a good a good note to end it on. It's been a lovely night. Clearly, we can all agree that I won the draft and that I will clearly be winning all of the money at the end of the season. I feel bad that KT didn't draft Dave Matthews. That feels like a real bummer for him, but he's trying to get the win, I guess. So, either way, have a good night. I will play the feud to take you out.